Most people, when they're starting their online coaching business, or maybe they're creating like a new coaching or consulting package, they're focusing completely on the wrong things, right? Like they're doing things that are going to keep them busy, but they're not necessarily going to move the needle in their business. They're not necessarily going to help them get to the next level, get more clients, and all that kind of stuff, right? So, in this video, what I want to do is I want to give you the one thing that you absolutely need to focus on, the one thing that you need to keep in mind if you want to be successful in your coaching and consulting business, right? And I'm going to say this, I haven't seen anyone on the YouTubes or on the internet talking about this, right? Usually people like to talk about like shiny objects. But so this is something probably that you haven't heard before. So this is something that's most likely new. So that one ingredient that you absolutely need to have in your coaching business is research, right? Now, before you click away, right, because you're going to say like, oh, I already know what research is. Here's two things that are going to show you in this video, right? So number one, I'm going to show you a very simple way to do research with AI. That's going to save you a lot of time and it's going to make your life 10 times easier, right? And it's also going to help you grow your business 10 times faster. And second practical thing that I'm going to show you is how to actually use that research practically so that it's a lot easier for you to get clients online and you're going to be a lot more successful. So let's get into it. And I want to start this video really by talking about a quote from one of the greatest copywriters of all time, if not the greatest copywriters of all time, Gary Bencivenga. He said, he or she who has the best research wins, right? Now, it's probably not the exact quote, so I might be butchering it. So like, please, Gary, forgive me, right? But what this means is basically, if you want to be like super successful in your business and you want to get clients with ease, you want to have you want it to be super easy for you to get clients, you need to have the best research, right? And if you think about it at the end of the day, like it really does make sense because at the end of the day, like you as a coach, as a consultant, or as an online service provider, you're selling your services, you're selling your coaching program, your course, whatever the case is, you are selling to people, right? You're selling to humans, right? You're probably not selling to robots yet. We're not there yet. So you're selling to humans. And you need to understand that if like people buy what they actually want. So this is why if you already know what they want, then it's going to be super easy to sell to them. Now, obviously, is not as simple as just knowing what they want and then that's it. You're going to make millions of dollars, right? And I want to give you an analogy because there are always a lot of variables in a coaching or consulting business, and also when we're talking about marketing, right? There are also going to be a lot of variables. So I'm going to give you a very simple analogy to illustrate why this is so important. So let's just say this, right? Let's just say that you're a chef and you want to prepare a very expensive burger for someone, right? And you're going to cook the burger, you're going to prepare the burger for that person, right? You know that they like burgers, you know that they said like, hey, I want a burger, and you're going to try to create a burger and then sell it to them, right? So here's scenario number one. Scenario number one is where like you know that the person loves burgers and you're going to be like, oh, they love burgers, so I think I know what they actually want. So let me just prepare what I think they want, and I'm gonna try to sell it to them, right? So you prepare the burger, right? You cook the meat, you go shopping for the vegetables and whatnot, and for all the ingredients that you're gonna put in the burger. You prepare everything. It takes hours and hours of work, and then when you go to that person and you show them the burger, they ask you or they look at it and they're like, well, what does the burger contain? You explain what the burger contains, like all the ingredients, how you cook the meat, and all that kind of stuff. And they're like, yeah, well, this is great, but you know what? I don't really want this type of burger, so I don't know if I'm going to buy it, right? It's just not the right thing for me. I don't want to eat this burger, right? I don't want to buy it. And you spend all the time, like, you thought you knew what that person wants because they want a burger, and you spend all the time creating the burger. You wasted a lot of time and effort. Now, let's take scenario number two, where you have that person and you know that they want a burger. But before you go ahead and prepare the burger, purchase the ingredients and all that kind of stuff, you're going to go in and you're going to ask that person, what type of burger do you want? Like, tell me everything, right? What do you want in the burger? What are the ingredients? What type of bun? How do you want me to cook the meat itself, right? The burger itself? What type of cheese do you want? Is it cheddar? Is it a different type of cheese? Do you want onions on it? Do you want pickles, salad? Like, tell me everything that you want and how you want it to be done, right? So if you ask that person like this and you genuinely listen to that person and you create the burger exactly like they described it to you, well, guess what? You're going to end up cooking something that they're really going to like. And so the chances of them wanting to eat your burger and purchase your burger is pretty much 99%, like if not 100%, right? And with this analogy, it's exactly illustrating the power of the research because if you are making assumptions, and this is what every like single new coach and consultant they make this mistake. They've probably heard about research, but they're not doing it deep enough. But the point is, if you're making assumptions in your business, in your marketing, in your sales, in your like operation service delivery, you're going to have a lot of problems. You're going to make a lot of mistakes that are going to cost you a lot of time and money, and it's going to be super painful. So instead of making all of those mistakes and learning the hard way, why not do the research before, in-depth research? And like I'm going to show you in the next minute how to do it. Why not do the research so you're avoiding those mistakes, and it's going to be a lot faster for you to grow your business? So, um, why is research so important? Well, it's going to help you with sales, right? What does that mean? Well, sales, I mean like sales calls, right? Like literally, when you get on a sales call with one of your prospects, if you understand how they think, if you understand what they want, if you mostly understand what maybe they've tried in the past, and all of those other things, if you truly, truly understand them, they're going to connect with you. They're going to feel like you understand them. And this builds trust. So, trust means that they're going to be much more likely to purchase from you. So, just one thing, service delivery, right? Getting clients results. You're going to know what types of products they want to buy. You're going to know what types of services that they want to buy. You're going to know everything about them. And obviously, marketing, which is the most important thing, because without marketing, you're not going to even have clients to deliver service for, and you're not even going to have prospects to book calls. So, marketing is by far the most important thing that the research is for. But this, like, once again, you're selling to humans. So, how do you get a human to get an action that you want them to take? Whether that's booking a call, responding to a message, responding to an email, clicking on a post, or whatever the case is. Well, it's by already knowing how they think, what they want, what they need, and all of those things. And this comes from research. So, how do you do research? Well, we do research with AI, and like I'm going to show you, this is the prompt that we use internally with our clients. So you can just pause this video and you can just like take a screenshot of the prompt and put it in the cloud or whatever the case is, right? I'm not going to just give you this prompt like this. You have to do a little bit of work, which is not that crazy, right? This is the prompt. You can stop the video, whatever. But we do research with Claude, and I would actually recommend Claude versus any other AI LM model like ChatGPT or Grok or anything else, just because we've tested all of them. And right now, as of me recording this video, Claude is the best one. But what you do is you would just copy this whole script right here. Very simple. You just put it into Claude, or you just paste it in here. And then you have to complete a prompt. So you're going to see here that I have some parts that are highlighted in yellow. These are the parts that I need to replace with the things that I want to have in my prompt. So let's just say, for example, obviously you're going to replace this with your ideal market. So for example, right, if you're a fitness coach and you help executives to lose weight, right, whatever, executive men. So I help executive men to lose weight, right? I'm a fitness coach, right? Super simple. So obviously you have to fill in with the details about your offer, lose weight. Oops, I help executive men to lose weight. I'm a fitness coach, right? So here you would paste the same thing, internet for executive men to lose weight. I'm a fitness coach, right? And then something else that you can do to make it a lot more specific, because if you do the research, you want to do the research for the right market, right? Like that's just as simple as that. What you can do is if you have a document with your offer, right? Basically, like for example, where you describe what your offer is, like what do you want to help people with, right? And all that kind of stuff. If you have a document that just gives a lot more detail about your offer and what you want to do, you can upload it into Claude as well, like the same chat pretty much. And then all you have to do is you just have to run this prompt. So just don't forget to to basically change these two parts right here with the details about your market. Upload a document with your more details about your offer, and then just click on it and then just run it. This prompt is going to take about, I would say, like 10 minutes, right? Depending on what Claude plan you have, but usually it takes about 10, maybe 15 minutes to really create the whole research document. And I'm going to show you an example of what this is actually going to look like. What is the final product? So this is like one of the copy banks that I've created for one of my clients. And this client specifically, like they work with veterinary practice owners and managers, as you can see from the title. And this is what the copy bank, and the copy bank is really the document that AI creates for you with the research. As you can see, like it's working. But the copy bank, this is how we call it, is the document with research, with customer language and all that kind of stuff that AI is going to create for you. So usually it's going to be a pretty comprehensive document. Sorry. So it's going to create a pretty comprehensive document This one, for example, has 22 pages of super in-depth research and like just everything that you need to know about your market. Now, the thing about this, if you look at this, you're going to notice multiple things, right? And this comes from this prompt that we're using right here. I'm just going to close this window. But what you're going to notice is it includes customer language, like what your clients are actually saying, which is an absolute gold mine. You absolutely need to know this for your marketing. But at the end, if you scroll down towards the end, it's also going to give you summaries, right? And even competitor language, like what are your competitors talking about? And it's also going to give you guidance for your offer. So you know what to be promising, what the promise itself needs to be structured, and all that kind of stuff. So as you can see, this is super helpful because it just tells you like, hey, this is what your clients want. This is what you can use in your marketing. So once you have this copy bank document built out, you can use it for everything that you're going to do in your business, from posts like emails, messages, DMs, VSLs, webinars, follow-up messages, cold calling scripts, sales scripts. Like you can use it for absolutely everything that you want. And it's going to make everything that you're doing in your business 10 times more efficient. Why? Because it's not built based on assumptions like what you think your clients want or what you think your clients like want to hear. It's built based on real life data. This is an absolute game changer. So, how do you practically use this copy bank document? Well, number one thing, the first thing that I'm looking for, and obviously, like, look, if you are serving your, like, you want to go after a specific market, you need to read through this copy bank document from top to bottom, every single word, so you actually get to understand and you get to know your market really well. So it's something that you must do. Like, let me just say that first of all, okay? But what are the things that we're looking for? Well, first of all, I'm going to be looking at fears and problems, basically, right? Like it's like we're talking about problems, and then I'm going to look at goals. So usually is the second, like, whatever section, chapter, whatever you want. There are problems and pain points. So I'm going to look at what are the problems that they're talking about from their perspective. What is their pain point, right? What do they like? What problems are they facing on a daily basis? So this is an example right here, right, of like problems, right? If we scroll down, we're going to see a lot of different problems. So I'm looking really for the commonalities, right? Like I'm looking what is the top of mind problem for them. That's the first thing they're going to be looking for, the problem, because obviously if they're going to purchase something from you, they're going to purchase something that's going to solve their problem, right? This is what they're really going to do. And then the next thing is desires and goals. So I'm number one, I'm looking at the problem. Number two, I'm looking at their desires and goals. What do they want? And really important here, what do they say they want? Look at all the commonalities, right? And you will see that there are going to be common patterns. Like, for example, for this market, a team that just works, a team that holds itself accountable. I want to stop putting out fires. I want to get my time back. So, like, you're going to see all of these commonalities by just reading through the document. And you're going to notice that really for this market, as an example, they want to get their time back. They want to maybe get like a couple of hours per week back, 5, 10 hours per week, because they have a team that holds itself accountable and they don't have to put out fires all the time. They can work proactively in the business, for example. And then the last thing that I'm looking at is really the offer guidance, right? So with this prompt, I created a little piece at the end that like really is going to like give the commonalities, is going to create a summary, and this summary is going to help me create the offer, right? It's going to help me create the offer and the promise itself. Like, what do I promise to these people? Do I promise more time? Do I promise more efficient systems? Do I promise like better teams? Do I promise better people? What do I promise to these people? So this prompt is going to help me to get there, right? To craft a specific promise for these people. So that's pretty much the third thing that I'm really going to be looking at in this document. But obviously, once again, if you want to market to a specific niche or audience, you need to read the copy bank document top to bottom multiple times so you really get to understand them really, really well. This is how you practically use it. And like when you have a copy bank document like this, when you're writing your VSL, when you're writing your webinars, or when you're writing the messages, or whatever you're going to do, whatever efforts you're going to put in to try to get clients, take the exact language that your clients are using. Take literally words from the copy bank document. Take literally words and phrases from it, put it into your marketing, and it's going to give you a much higher response rate. Why? Because you're using the words that your clients are using. You're speaking the language that your clients are speaking. You're using everything that your clients are saying. So you're reverse engineering everything so that you get the highest response rate. This is a trick. This one thing, the research in the copy bank that I promise you, number one, it's going to save you a lot of time because you don't have to test like 100 different versions until you find a one that actually is what your clients want. Is going to like make things like 20 times faster because you don't have to once again like go through a lot of trial and error. It's going to make your life a lot easier when it comes to getting clients. So this is a little trick I thought I would share with you. It's very technical, it's very practical, and it's extremely important. So if you enjoyed this video, smash the like button for me, and YouTube is going to show you more videos like this one. Smash the subscribe button, right, to subscribe to this channel. I'm going to be posting more videos like this one. And my offer to you is if you're a coach, consultant, or agency owner, you want to grow your business and you want our help, we have a pretty cool offer. You can click the link in the description down below to learn more about the offer. Once again, it's a pretty cool offer. You might like it, but I'm going to see you in the next video.